Mahila, don't let me forget I spent exactly 33 today. $33, which is pretty much the agreement, until I get on green card at the first of the month. But yeah, I'm pretty much finished off. I got four Dutches, and that'll be it. You know, so I spent 20 at rallies, and then because I got wings, and then I got $7 at the gas station. I mixed that Rally's cup. I mixed it at the gas station, this good gas station off of that part of town by Rally's, and then got Dutch's there too. That was seven, and then I got this drink for $1 at the 7-Eleven where I mix it there because it's all um, non-syrup and decaffeinated, and their system is just kind of it's been messed up. But I go to the side when it sprays out. I go to the side and then I mix it with some other stuff, Doritos and Jaritos, and then Coke and cherry Coke, and then I looked at the cheeseburgers at AM/PM across the street from here, and they didn't look too good. So I just got four Irish Dutch. Want to talk about there will be people that there will be people coming to you um, that are people that know that you're Melchizedek, and they will come to you and they will try to pick the Netflix or Prime or whatever it is um, to suit whatever it is that you're going to be doing, or to make you go down the rabbit hole. Now, don't fear this, okay? Um, and just kind of flow with it, and whatever it is, just stay Native American. And then also, you might see some things from the Irish. Dan Barron, you might see this as well in yourself, that they the, they look slithering and angled like it's groxed, and they look like they're contorted. Don't fear that either, because that's how they are from the Doom Scott system that went into effect. They were deeply oppressed by being the middleman of the English, um, and all of their oppression from the Kane system, and then from the Doom Scots. Now there's good Scots too, and don't forget about them. But that's why the Irish look that way, and they almost look like an old Grox glyph. And whenever now, here's the thing: is whenever you see this, you will start to connect it in your mind, and whether it be the eyes popping out of the head, or a creature from our writings, or from Grox, or the contortion, or the Slytherin, or something Harry Potter looking, or Harry Potter vibe, with the Mark of the Beast system. Um, Whenever you see it, your mind will make it more real. That's how it works. And you will dive into it more so because you realize what it is. Now, some people would call that schizophrenia. I call it that your mind makes it real, like Morpheus says. And then you kind of do a double take, and it's like, yeah, and then like the fear starts to come in. Now, when that fear comes in, don't think of it as an unusual thing. You have to vibe with it. Vibe with your fear and just be like you're in one of these films that they've shown us. Like starting back from Grox, like the Will I Am music video, the the Iron Man 3, like all of these things that like where it's so chaotic that like there's a lot going on. And whenever Thor picks up like he moves the hammer, when Thor moves the hammer, like remember these things that were like trademark for that were like trademark for a chaotic system, and that you're part of it and that you can vibe in it because you're a warrior for God. Okay. If you want to think about it in the Granby cherub picture sense, you can think of it that way. If you want to think of it in the Prince of Egypt animation system, you can think of it that way. If you want to think of yourself as futuristic as Chadwick, you can think of it that way. If you want to think of yourself as a golden altar, like a golden altar of like you release it at the end of the night in a condom, like, and then the wrapper is golden or whatever color it is, and like you release, like you do something at night to like release yourself, like it's CSI roller coaster, something like that. But like you don't have to do what they lead you down the rabbit hole with. You need to cut yourself off there and know that you're sealed by the Melchizedek, and that's all that you have to do. Okay. So now there will be people against you that if you talk about the films, then they will be against you and they won't want to hear it. They want to keep you in the doom pilot system of, well, we're like against the reality, like we're against reality, and that's all we know is being against it. That's not what you're doing. You're vibing the ultra spiritual system that surpasses that mindset of the doom pilot. Okay. So you can talk about films, you can talk about books, you can talk about Nietzsche, any of that stuff, and relate it to the way you're feeling in the smoke, because you have that freedom. Okay. You have that freedom even if you don't have a job, if you get laid off or fired, or if you're on the street or whatever. You can still have a good mindset within all that. Okay. Now, next thing, if they try to show you your parents, if they try to show you your parents in the smoke, and that they, as deviants, become your parents, and like they try to get you to vibe or do something whenever you see your parents praying or something like that, or if you see a glimpse of them in their facial expression, and then the fear sets in. Okay. Now, what I did to handle that was I stripped down naked and ran to the shower. Okay, and people saw me. Now, you don't have to do that. You can just calmly walk out of the room. Okay, or you can vibe your seal and just be like, this is what it is. Like, I understand that this is a foul system, an F owl. Okay, FOWL. That's the foul that they try to play. Okay, you don't have to vibe it. You just get through it. Just get through it. That's all it is. The deviants will, like, they will be on the rise because, um well, because we have a phoenix that is going to be a prophetess. It's not call herself prophetess. We have an actual phoenix of a prophetess. So the deviants will be vibing that balance. They will be striders, okay? The deviants will be striders. They will be like thinking that they're coming into power through the Sin City system, and they will, okay, but they're not against you either, okay, they're not against you. Now if for some reason a girl puts her clothes out on the balcony and says that she's walking around naked, don't get with her, okay, don't get with her. She represents the Excalibur sword. Now that's your sword, okay? And she's representing the combating spirit of those characters from King Arthur. She's one of the girls, okay? Now, you have to remember that you're under Gondel, okay? You're under Gondel from the garden and from the stars, and as Robert Shaw. That's what you have to remember is that's who you answer to. You don't answer to some mistress of King Arthur. That's not what you answer to, okay? So you only answer to Jesus. That's it. Okay. You don't answer to David. You do not answer to David. You answer to Jesus. Okay. Um, Now there will be people in the system that are so tired that they're getting a lot of mistresses. They're having a lot of mistresses, and it's becoming like Fast and the Furious, where they're just so tired that like they don't want to vibe the high or go down the rabbit hole. They just want to get their mistress. Now, this is not a bad spirit. That's not a bad spirit. Okay. Some that are doing that really are set that like that's their seal. That's like their working seal. And like God has prepared that for them. Okay, and the guy who I know has that in the Bible is is the big guy they sent in to intimidate French. And I know that he has that because it's in the songs. So that's okay. If that happens, just vibe the music. Just vibe the music. Don't worry about it. Just vibe the music. Okay. Now, now if you're on Groxt and for some reason you think you have to go and do all these sports things like big sports feats, and do it high, you don't have to. Now, if for some reason you go to the soccer field and you don't know what's going on or something because of all the conflicting chaos, just remember like that you are still one of those Captain America lifting up the Thor hammer. That like you're still in that system no matter what, whether you're on the sports field or in the pool or there's all these military people around. Like you have to know, okay, I'm sealed as Melchizedek no matter what. Okay. Um, Now, if for some reason there's people that are wearing these like sheets, they're wearing like sheets and like they're dancing around wearing sheets, like um like stuff that like I'm trying to think like stuff that looks like a metal from a swim meet, like that type of ribbon. Looks like a metal ribbon. But like that's their clothes. And like it's like almost see through, and like they're dancing around, and like they're they're just like dancing around. Don't fuck with them. Okay, don't fuck with them. Just show them the good intel and leave them be. Just leave them be. Don't worry. Okay. Now, if there's people that if the vibe is really really strong, and like you've brought your own stuff for the spirit, and you mix it and the mixing has gone wrong, and then there's some different races in the room and you're watching something, okay, remember that you are for them. You are a soldier for the different races. That's what you are, okay? Because look, the ones that from Emilio Estevez have in the predator system have been they've killed themselves. They've killed themselves because they they not only are they 51 that they do to other people, they are not warriors for God. They have not done the burdens. Okay, they will be around you as Zephaniah. Now, most of the time, these people are doom pilot reality people, but sometimes they're not. And sometimes they try to get jobs and they vibe the glasses. Okay, they have on the shades. Now, don't don't make a truce with either one. Don't make a truce with either one. And also, if you're watching something, be kind to the different race or the afflicted person that's a people, because even if they're white, they could be afflicted as a mixed person, and or coming from a Croatia, or coming from a different area of white people, or they could be a vampire. Okay, and vampires are cool, but they're but like, see, the Doom Pilot people try to pass themselves off as vampires, and they're not vampires. There are vampires that are really cool, and you'll see some of them. And just be kind to the different races, because they will be in power over the people that are in the predator system that have killed themselves, and their fate is sealed. They're fallen. Okay, now, Mr. T, when it said that you're a fallen, don't think of it that way. Don't think of it that way. That's not what it means. It means you're able to vibe that system, and like there's a bigger plan there, because there's the one who wears out the saints. That means like he can do certain things that the fallen can't. Okay, and I'm not saying that's you. I'm saying you're vibing in a system that's like that. Okay. And it does not mean that you'll be exercising and have no weaknesses as you're exercising to do all these things. I don't think it means that either. But if it does, don't worry, because it'll all make sense with your seal. So I shouldn't even speak on it. But like, and it's not in the Bible right now. I haven't seen anything like that. But what else? Um, let's see. Oh, the neoanthronous is part of that system as well. That's why it's a mixture with that, because it's talking about the bats and the battery, and that's why it's neo and it's not. You know, if Neo had thrown up continuously and like just never accepted it, and then like well, it would be if he took the blue pill. It would be if Neo took the blue pill and he still knew that he still knew about the Matrix. If Neo knew about the Matrix and saw the TV in the White Room, then took the blue pill, then threw up continuously, you know, then he would essentially be a battery. Okay, he would be a battery at that point. Now the thing about that is that I did that. I conquered that system whenever I was living in Walnut Creek and would throw up every night. So you don't have to worry about that either. So basically, your seal will tell you what the writings don't say. Okay, so don't worry. Thank you.